to close your eyes and just rest your hands on your legs to begin. Focus on taking some deeper breaths. So chakras are energy centers that run throughout the body, and the main ones run along the spine. An energy channel called Shashuna Nadi, and we'll work to open up and get the energy flowing. Swing your hands together in front of the hearts. May your practice connect you to your energy, giving you peace, power, confidence, and joy. And then add any intention of your own that you wish. And now, keeping your eyes closed and still sitting, return your hands to your legs, palms facing down. Continue breathing in and out through your nose. Of course, if you're congested, breathe through your mouth instead. And now take one or both of your hands and find your yoga mat, or even better, if you can find the floor, just let your fingertips rest there a moment. And then return your hands once again, palms facing down on your legs. And now bring your attention to your sitting bones. And the first chakra is Muladhara chakra. It's at the base of the spine. And when we connect there, we're grounded. It helps us to feel safe. It's our connection with our community, our family, those that we identify with, our neighborhood, our yoga community, our fun master yogas, our yogis. And when we have that connection to community, it makes us feel a part of. So in your mind's eye, imagine that you are grounded down firmly into the earth, as if you had roots that were growing down out of your sitting bones toward the center of the earth, keeping you very stable, very safe. And with that grounding through your sitting bones, as you take your next inhale, see if you can grow just a little bit taller through your torso, through your spine, lengthening the crown of your head toward the ceiling, at the same time keeping your chin level with the floor. And then bring to mind, bring to mind a feeling of just being home. Home in your mind, home in your body, safe. And then we're going to do our very best to keep that feeling throughout the practice today. Softly let your eyes open. And if you're sitting on something, you can move it out of the way because you won't need it again most likely. And then make your way onto your hands and knees. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Spread your fingers. As you inhale, bring your chest forward, lifting your chin and tailbone. As you exhale, round your back, chin toward chest. And again, inhale to come forward, finding movement. Exhale. exhale, rounding, tucking the tailbone, pull the ribs and belly in. And inhale. Bring your chest forward. Look up. Exhale to round. And then move your hands about a handprint forward. And take your hips to the right. And sweep them toward your right heel and then over to your left. Bring your hips forward toward your left wrist and then over toward the right wrist. So you're making a circle. I'm going to circle here a few times. The second chakra is located just around the hips. And it's to do with movements and fluidity, a little bit of playfulness. So wherever you are, take a moment to pause and then go the other way. And the second chakra has to do with your relationships with your loved ones and even intimate relationships, those who are very close to you. So second chakra, movement, fluidity, maybe even a little playfulness. Let's do one more. And then make your way into child's pose with the arms in front. Keep your fingers spread. Start to press into the base of your fingers as you lift up through the forearms. And then inhale onto the knees, tuck your toes, stretch all the way back. Downward facing dog, arms, shoulders distance, feet hips width. And then begin to bend one knee and the other. Warming up. Good. And then just pause here in your downward dog as you stretch back. Doesn't matter how deep you get in, you can keep your knees bent if that's better for you. But start to lift up through the pelvic floor muscles. As you exhale, let your front ribs draw in and your belly draw in and up. Now keep that as you inhale to plank pose. The third chakra is right around the navel center. Has to do with your personal power and your relationship or your connection with yourself. So your connection with yourself is really centered around that third chakra, right where the bandha is, the bandha, right around the navel, which is Uddiyana Bandha. So keep that lifted. We're going to very slowly, you can always take your knees down. Remember, don't overdo. But shifting forward, we'll lower all the way down nice and slowly. Slow, slow, slow. To the belly. And then bring your hands by your low ribs. Press all your toenails down. Inhale, peeling the chest up. Pull your hands towards your feet like you're a penguin shooting across the ice. And then lower back down. Tuck your toes under. You can leave your knees down. But again, lift your pelvic floor muscles and lift your belly in and out. Take an inhale. Exhale, press yourself back up to plank. And then back into down dog. Take a breath in. Exhale it all out. Bend the knees and look up and step your feet all the way forward. Inhale, create length, nice long spine. Fold as you exhale, bend your knees as you need to. Press through the feet, inhale and reach. And exhale, bring the hands to heart. So we're gonna work on some standing poses, so turn and face the side of your mat. So, step your feet up nice and wide. Take your hands out. If you could grow really long fingers, they should touch your ankles. Turn your right leg all the way out. And your back toes in a little. Line up heels to arch. Inhale. Exhale, bend the knee. So warrior two really works on grounding as well. The first chakra opens up the hips, second chakra, and lifting your belly. This is a strong pose, so it also works with the third chakra, your personal power. So the next few poses will work on all three. As you inhale, reverse. Exhale, bend your front knee. Keep pressing into that front heel. And then straighten out the front leg, inhale. Exhale here, come on up. Hinge from your hip crease and reach, 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 reach. When you can't reach anymore, take the hand down wherever it lands. Lengthen from your navel all the way to the crown of the head. Relax the shoulders. So lengthening the crown of the head forward and then maybe turn the head up, as long as that's okay on your neck. And breathe. Keep that engagement in the belly. One more breath. And inhale, come on up. Let's bring the feet to parallel to the other side. Left leg out, back toes in, line of heel to arch. Inhale, take the arms wide. Exhale, bend the knee. Try to keep your shoulders right above your hips. Press down into the front heel through the outer edge of the back foot. Lift your chest, but soften through the shoulder blades and breathe here. Make sure you're grounding through your back leg as much as your front. Nice steady inhales and exhales. Feeling that strength through your whole body emanating right from your personal power center. Now keep the front knee bent and reverse. Exhale, bend your knee just a moment more. And now straighten. Inhale, exhale here. Come on up. And hinge and reach. Get really long through the side body. And then take the hand down wherever it lands. Remember, it never matters how deep you get into a pose. Stretch up through the top arm. Lengthen the crown of the head forward. Maybe turn to look up if it's okay on your neck. Keep engaging here. Lifting through the pelvic floor. Pressing into the big toe mound of your front foot. Your front hip was underneath you. One more breath. And then looking down, come on up. We'll bring the feet just as wide as they were, but turn your toes out. Heels in. And now start to bend your knees and just let your hands rest on your legs. Lift your chest. So if the knees want to go in, which they probably do, you'll press them out. Okay? And then lift your hip points towards your lower ribs so you're not overarching in the lower back. And then just gently move from side to side. Little movements. Just the second chakra love. Take your arms out to shoulder height. And then you're going to keep this movement. We'll hinge from these hip creases and go down a little bit. Oh, we're getting in there. You feel that? I do. Keep your belly lifted. Keep your pelvic floor lifted. And we'll stay down. Nice long spine, widen the collarbones, and slowly coming back up. And palms facing up. And then reach them up, come to center. Keep lifting the hip points up for 3 breaths. And 2. And slowly come on up. Good work. That was some personal power. We're gonna practice tree pose and start to move into the 4th chakra, Anahata, the heart chakra. So ground down through your left leg, it's probably opposite of mine. Pick up your right foot. Take it above or below your knee. Squeeze your left hip in. Drop your right hip down. Inhale, take the arms up. So find a spot to focus on, something that's not moving. Don't look at me, I'll wobble. Stay just where you are, or shift your gaze up and take your arms wide. So you're opening up your chest, offering your heart, your Anahata chakra. Inhale, arms back up. Exhale, and bring them down. Switch. Grounding through the right leg. then picking up the left. So we're going to keep squeezing this hip in, the standing leg. And put this foot anywhere above or below the knee. Get your steady focal points. And then add the arms when you're ready. So you can keep your steady focal point. The more you keep your belly lifted and your pelvic floor engaged, the easier it becomes. If you're steady, look up. Take your arms wide. Lift your chest. Widen your collarbones. Breathe right into that heart center. Anahata chakra, the heart center, connects the lower 3 chakras with the upper 3 chakras. Inhale, arms. Exhale, release. Nice job. Turn and face the front of your mat. Finding Tadasana, big toes touching, heels slightly apart or feet hip socket distance apart. Take a moment to close your eyes. See if you can still feel that groundedness. The roots now from your feet down to the center of the earth. The safety and the support. The feeling of home. Softly let your eyes open. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hip creases to fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale to plank pose. Shifting forward, knees can be up or down as you lower. Shoulders no lower than the elbows, please. And inhaling to upward dog or cobra, your choice. If you're in up dog, thighs and knees up. And then exhale to down dog. And then from here, we'll come to the knees. Stepping to the knees or lightly hopping onto them. For Ustrasana, camel pose. So camel pose, inner thighs will spin back. Keep lifting hip points toward lower ribs. Start by rolling your shoulders back. Take your hands to the tops of your hips. Keep lifting the chest. And just lean back. Let your chest open. Your head goes back any amount. And then to come up, both shoulders at the same time. So you can stay with that. If you have blocks or a bolster, a cushion, you can lay the cushion here, blocks on the outsides of your ankles. Take your hands to that. Or you can take your hands to your hip, or to your heels, sorry. Roll the shoulders back, keep lifting the chest. Hip points, lift toward lower ribs, lengthen butt down. Maybe reach for the feet. If you have them, open the chest again. Spin the inner thighs back. Imagine there's a string right here in the center of your chest. Let your head go back any amount. Breathe. Your belly lifted. And keep your pelvic floor engaged. Not only do we open the heart center, but also the throat chakra. Squeeze the legs toward each other, come up both shoulders at the same time. The throat chakra has to do with speaking your truth. Coming down onto your hips, extend the legs. Do one more for the throat. We'll take Matsyasana. Bring your hands underneath your hips. Extend the legs. Then press onto your elbows to lift. Lift your chest, roll your shoulder heads back, and start to look back. Your head, crown of the head, may or may not touch the floor. But this one is great. Heart chakra opening. Throat chakra opening. Crown of the head chakra opening. We're just bringing energy to those places. come down. Move your hands out of the way and hug your knees in. And rock a little side to side. And then roll yourself off to your right to press up, or use your belly muscles, your personal power center, to roll yourself up to seated. 2 or 3 rocks and come up. Extend the legs. Sit nice and tall. If it's hard to sit up tall and a little bit rounded, sit on that pillow or folded blanket. Bend your right knee, right sole of the foot toward the left inner thigh. Any knee issues? Pad up underneath the thigh. Inhale, arms reach. Turn a little. Exhale, hinge from the hips. Keep your spine long. Chest forward. Now, I always have you extend and lengthen and keep your spine really long for this one. But today, I would love for you to make fists with your hands. Place one right here, the third eye, and rest there. And do one of both hands, however you wish. The third eye chakra is our intuition. It's the way we see things without using our eyes. When you feel something is just the way it should be, or maybe you feel something's a little off, that's your wisdom connected to the 6th chakra, third eye. It's what you know to be your truth. And then inhale, come on up, and we'll switch. Extending the right, bending the left. Pull the right toes back. Reach up nice and tall to get the length. Inhale, turn toward the straight leg a little. Hinge from the hip creases. Remember, if you have knee stuff, pad up here. Get as long as you can. Lead with the chest. And then, with one or both hands right here, right between your eyebrows, put a little pressure. Or if it reaches onto the leg, you can do that too. Never matters how deep you get. So, your throat chakra is speaking your truth. Your third eye chakra is innately knowing your truth. And work together closely. And as you trust your intuition more and more, you begin to speak your truth more and more. Another breath, let the shoulders and jaw relax. And inhale, make your way up. And take the knees and bend down the feet onto the floor. Roll yourself onto your back again. And then pick up your hips, take them over to the right. Take your knees to the left. You can cross right over left for a little twist. Twists are also great, not only to keep the energy flowing freely throughout the spine, but good for third chakra, personal power, and since you're lying down, great connection to the earth, grounding. And maybe you can get a little stretch in the hip, your second chakra. To center. Bring your hips to center and then take them off to the left. Knees to the right, crossing left over right. If you want to go a little deeper, you don't have to. Turning the head toward the left if it works okay on your neck. Little stimulation in the throat chakra there. Keeping the collarbones wide. Space for the heart chakra. And the belly, the Manipura, personal power. Keep your breath steady. And then come back to center, hips to center. Hug your knees in one more time. Lengthen those sitting bones toward the floor. Stretch out your back. Bring your feet down. Keep that length in the lower back as you extend the legs. Shoulder blades away from the ears. And then let's let your arms come out to the sides, palms facing up. Release any tension in your body. And as you start to settle in, take a moment to focus on the crown of your head, your crown chakra. And this is your connection with the entire universe. For the next couple of breaths, imagine as you inhale, you're breathing from the base of the spine, taking the breath all the way up through all of your energy centers, your chakras, out the crown of the head, into the universe. As you exhale, the energy comes back down into the crown of your head, all the way through your body and to the base chakra. And quiet mind, quiet body, Shavasana. Our quote today comes from Helen Keller. Security is mostly a superstition. Life is either a daring adventure or nothing. All right, where you are, take a slightly deeper breath in, and then let it go. Move your fingers and your toes. Circle wrists and ankles. Inhale, stretch the arms overhead. And then bend your knees. Roll yourself off to your right side and just pause here a moment. And thank yourself for showing up, taking your practice, taking great care of yourself. Use your left hand to make your way up. And we'll come back to a comfortable seat. Bring the hands together. Hands to your forehead, reminding you to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to your heart center, reminding you to have clear and loving intentions. Hands to your mouth, reminding you to have clear and loving communications, sending this positive energy out to all beings everywhere. Namaste. It is so important to work on your personal power center. This is your connection to you. And I've created a special video for you to do just that. There's a link right below, or it's pinned at the top of the comments. It will strengthen your connection, those core muscles, super important. And more chakra work is right here, so click this link and keep going.
Hi, I'm Maria. I'm from Atlanta, Georgia, and you're watching Fight Master Yoga.
Hello and welcome. We're going to practice some yoga flow to help balance out your chakras. When your chakra system is balanced, you'll feel brighter and more energized. So we'll get right into it. We'll start off today in Sukhasana, cross-legged seated position. Make sure that you are crossing at your shin bones, feet about as wide as the knees. And when you look down, see that there's a triangular shape of empty space between your calves and your thighs. And just rest your hands on your knees, palms face up if you'd like to receive energy, palms face down if you feel like you need a little bit more grounding. Relax your shoulders. Deepen your breath, and take a moment to set a personal intention for your practice today.